You are tuned into the Undisputed Champ Sports Podcast. This is our WWE Weekly Wrestling Review. We're doing our Raw review today. It might be at the beginning a little emotional review, guys. I am your host, the man of the hour, Karma, and I am joined by the architect of the show, the man with the plan, Mr. Preston Brown. Say what up. And joined by our returning co-star, back from his sabbatical or vacation, whatever you want to call it, Mr. Thumbs Up Tommy. Say what up.
What's up, everybody? Happy Rusev Day. It is great to be back.
Yeah, word, word, word. All right, guys. Now we're gonna go ahead and start this Raw review, and which I thought Raw was actually a pretty good show. There's a good amount of stuff to talk about. At first, I was like, there's only a couple things to talk about, but actually, rewatching the show, there's actually a lot to talk about. But first, we have to go ahead and get out the way. If you guys did not see, to open this show, we had Roman Reigns come out, in which I don't know how y'all felt, but when he first came out, I was like, wait a minute. This guy's not coming out with a tactical vest. He's coming out with street clothes. I'm like, oh, I like this. He should do this more often. Like he looks just like a regular person. Like he doesn't look like Super Cena 2.0. You know what I mean? Like he just looked like a regular dude. So I'm like, okay, cool. So when he got to the ring and he said everything that he said, that for everybody that don't know, Roman Reigns he's been pretty much living with leukemia for the past 11 years. When he was 22, he got it. It basically cost him his football career, but he had it in remission for the longest time that he was able to have a WWE career. But now his leukemia is back, and he has to go get, all the treatments that he has to go get and everything. And I don't know about you guys, but I pray that he gets this taken care of. The leukemia is gone, and he comes back and comes back strong. I am not the biggest Roman Reigns fan. It's not mostly his fault. It is mostly WWE's fault. That's why I'm not the biggest fan. But after what just happened, I'm going to turn into his biggest fan and wanting him to come back strong. And this is what is great about wrestling. This isn't. We say all the time, to get somebody over, the best way to get them over is organically. Now, Roman Reigns has the potential that when he comes back to be the biggest babyface in WWE now, because after everything that happened. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I'm gonna go ahead. Tommy, what did you think about that, and what do you think about everything I said?
I mean, first and foremost, it's a very sad moment because this is
Hmm.
where, kayfabe goes out the window and
Yeah,
real life takes its place.
that's a
And
fact.
sadly, it's not for a good
Oh,
thing because,
fuck Adventure Time.
it's something
I
that
know. It
you
got
don't you
me
don't wish
so.
that on anyone, and you don't get happy when someone says that they have leukemia because it's nothing to joke about, but at the end of the day, I completely agree with you because that was the most over that I have ever seen Roman be. And, I mean, sadly, it comes at the expense of him having to leave
Hmm.
because of health issues. But agreed, I think that when
People
he
were
does,
genuinely cheering him. Like it wasn't like no, like they were like genuinely cheering for him.
facts, I think that when he does come back, and I say that in faith because I do, send prayers and well wishes
Absolutely,
to Roman and his
speaking
family.
into existence.
When he does come back, he's gonna get a Triple H 2002 like reception. Like
I'm
he's gonna
glad
get
you
a
brought
major
that. I'm
pop.
glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. And WWE needs to be smart, and they need to do the exact same thing they did for Triple H. Before the reason why people Madison Square Garden went crazy for him, he was gone for 8 months. Is not only because they missed him, but because weeks in advance they showed Triple H recovery training packages weeks in advance leading up. So everybody saw the hardship he went through getting back into the ring, getting ready, getting his knee. Like they showed like heartfelt promo packages for him, and they have to do that for Roman. To show his journey and video packages leading up, like his comeback at. this, just like Triple H, it can't be a surprise. Because I think he'll get the best reaction if it's something that is announced in advance, just like Triple H was in 2002. If there's a video packages leading up to it, and that's gonna get people like fully on board. But anyway, Preston, what did you think about the news and everything? And
Man, it was like you said, it was a pretty sad moment. The crazy thing about this, because I had a friend who passed away from leukemia when I went to high school with, and it's a serious thing where it's like cancer of the blood. It's basically what it is, and it messes up your bones and stuff like that. So knowing that he was dealing with that, and regardless of what side you're on, whether you booed him or you didn't like or you liked him or whatever, it doesn't matter. That's all for kayfabe and whatever. But the fact that he was still dealing with all of that and dealing with the situation in his body, regardless if he's in remission, because it still can like take energy away from your body from time to time.
it's still there.
It's still there. So for him to be able to fight through all that and still come and do his work all the time, and all the like testimonials that people put out, like Aleister Black and other people that said about how he was in the locker room, I guess I really can see how he was a leader in the back room. And one thing that was really important to me is the fact that once the fans heard about him dealing with this disease, they didn't continue to boo him. Like they were able to separate his character from him as a human being, and that was good to see, because I didn't know if people actually just hated his character or if they really just hated him as a man. And I was like, I'm hoping when he said this that people don't start to boo him still after that, because
I've always said people don't hate him.
Mm-hmm.
They hate what WWE has him stand for.
Right.
And they hate his push, his constant push. That's why they turned on John Cena.
Absolutely.
It's not the actual person that they don't like, and it's like I always say, it's unfortunate for Roman, but that's just it is how it is. And like you said, like I was in awe, because first of all, when he said he had leukemia, when they, you know how they showed them camera shots, people in the crowd, and forget the females, there were actually dudes with their jaws dropped, like. Because when he said he had leukemia, then he has to relinquish the title. Like there were actual guys, because that's who he has to really win over, is the hardcore guys. So there was guys with their jaws dropped, and I saw like the look in their eyes. They were about to cry.
Yeah, because they were just about to boo this guy the whole entire time he talked, and they was like, oh,
they started to. They started to.
The
and then when they heard what he had, but as soon as he said leukemia, it was done.
Like, whoa. Like, he's dealing with something that we don't. And then when I saw Dean and Seth start to cry, I was like, oh, man.
Dean was trying to hold it. And Dean, for the most part, held it, but Seth couldn't hold it.
He couldn't hold it in, man. When I saw Seth, man, that did it for me. I was like, oh, man, I can't take this, bro.
Yeah, and if you watch Dean, when they were hugging each other and then they do the shield fist bump, Dean was holding it in. But if you watch, as soon as they start to walk away, and Dean was the last person to walk away, when he turned, Dean started to break. You can see his face. He started to break, and then he tried to hold it again. And I was like, yo, like, this is... And the thing people have to understand, Roman is closer to Dean than he is to Seth, but they are real-life friends.
Yes.
Like, him and Dean are real-life best friends. That's for sure. But 100%. All three of them are real-life friends. So to see them come out and that... Like, that was amazing. That was awesome, because it was just like, it was a great send off, because the three of you started as the Shield.
Yeah. So
if God forbid this is the last time, go out as the Shield.
Facts.
And that's why that putting the fist in the middle was so symbolic to me. And it was so amazing. And I'm glad WWE did that. Did
you guys watch the video of him leaving the building? When he was like...
Yeah, I saw it backstage.
Yeah, that was sad, too. And I will say this, too, because I'm not going to say I was the biggest Roman's fan, but I did support him. I always felt like that he had some potential to be bigger. It's going to feel weird to not have Roman there. And I know it sounds weird because a lot of people don't like his gimmick and stuff. But I think for him being as polarizing as he was like a big thing that kind of separated Raw from SmackDown for the most part, whether it be for the good or for the bad. It was just the fact that that's one of their drawing powers. Because as much as people complained about him being in main events, people still watched it at the end of the day just so they can complain about it. Or they watched it to see if he could win. So, like, it worked out.
Me withstanding, it got very popular to just boo Roman Reigns just to boo him. So, pretty much. But yeah, like, it was... Oh, What, yo, I'm not gonna lie, yo, listen, that was very emotional, and I'm not gonna lie, a couple tears started to fall. I wasn't boohoo crying, but a couple tears started to fall when Seth came out, and
And
then
he was crying.
tears really, like, I was really feeling it
Hmm.
when Corey Graves was trying his best
Yeah.
but he couldn't because he even said it, like, he's close to Roman. Roman, him, and their kids play together. Like, Corey Graves could not hold it.
You could
Like,
hear the shakiness in his voice when he was talking.
yes,
Like it was like,
and he even said it, like, I don't think, no one knew except a select people until Roman got out and told them. I don't even think Corey Graves knew. That's why he had that reaction.
right.
Hmm.
I don't think he knew. I don't think Corey Graves knew. I don't think Michael Cole knew. I don't think nobody knew. And I've read reports that if the only people that probably knew was Triple H and Vince. Everybody else didn't know. Like, that whole announcement.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
was
That very
complete-
few people, if any, knew.
yeah, it was a complete shock to everybody. I think there was no reports, but I'm pretty sure Dean and Seth knew. I'm pretty
think they
sure
did.
those two guys knew. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But-
and it hit them harder too, because that means that they're not gonna be able to see their guy. Period. Like travel with them and do what they've been doing for years together. So,
Yeah.
it's
Absolutely.
that-
Oh, and after what happened at the end, they definitely won.
yeah, for real.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into it. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and move on from this segment. It was a very emotional segment, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna briefly talk about this. Not gonna really spend much time on it, but we're talking about Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley. One thing I'll just say about this, I'll let you guys go. I thought they had a pretty good match. I liked the match. And I don't know if I like the fact that Finn Balor won, but I did like the fact that they portrayed it as Finn basically escaped with the victory.
He got lucky.
Yeah, Bobby basically dominated the whole match, and Finn basically got lucky, escaped with the schoolboy roll up. But anyway, what did you think about it, Preston?
It's like you said. I mean, I guess Finn winning didn't bother me so much because I feel like he took so many losses the past couple months.
Yeah.
But it just makes you wonder what they're gonna do with this feud and where is it gonna go. But other than that, it didn't really bother me. I did hear rumors though that Vince McMahon. I don't know how true this is. I don't really believe it, but that Vince McMahon talks to Leo Rush while he does his promos. That earpiece that he has in his left ear is like Vince kind of like guiding him on when to say Lashley over and over again or when to do
Yeah,
what.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Tommy?
Low weights, high reps. Low weights, high reps. I love Leo Rush. He's hilarious. Like, he's annoying, but in a funny way. So, like, anytime he's like, Lashley, like, it's just so obnoxious. You gotta laugh at it.
Yeah.
Right. That's true. Yeah, definitely.
And, like, at the end of the day, I mean, like, like you said, it was a pretty basic match, and I'm glad that they literally made Finn be the underdog in this match, because he got the dog shit beat out of him for easily 98% of the match, and then he just got the roll up at the end.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, guys, we're gonna move on to the next segment. We don't really have to say much about it. I mean, if you guys want to, you can. But I just thought it was a really good backstage segment between Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. When we were talking about, what Drew did to Braun Strowman. And I love the fact that at the end, and I love the fact that they're booking like Drew. Like, listen, everybody else in this locker room might be scared of Braun Strowman, but I'm not. And when he left, he said, "I'm going monster hunting," and I love that. I thought that was awesome. But anyway, you guys have any thoughts on that?
No, just the same
Not
thing you
much
do.
to say.
Yeah.
I just like how they're going forward and giving McIntyre more time on.
Hello?
Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next match of the night, which I thought it was a pretty good match. Sasha Banks versus Ruby Wyatt.
Oh, I knew you loved that one.
Yeah. Of course, I thought it was a pretty good match. Look, bro, listen, bro. When you put two fucking good workers together, that's what you're gonna get.
Mhm.
Stop with these BS ass fucking female matches, and just let's get to it. First of all, Ruby Wyatt, sometime next year needs to be women's champion. I'm just gonna say that right now. And I thought this match was pretty good. I mean, a couple spots in the match, Ruby Wyatt did a sick looking STO.
Uh-huh.
To Sasha Banks. It was pretty good. And when Sasha, Ruby Wyatt went for a backslide, Sasha gave her a mean ass kick to the face that I thought was pretty sick. And as we know, you guys, the Riot Squad did their distraction, and then Ruby Wyatt won with the Riot kick. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty good match. But anyway, Tommy, what did you think about the match?
It was a pretty solid match, not as expected. Yeah, my only gripe about it was that terrible promo at the beginning by the Riot Squad. It just felt like uninspired and boring, but yeah.
That's why I didn't mention it. But go ahead, Preston.
Yeah, I feel the same way. The promo was pretty bad, but I'm glad that they got these two in the ring, and hopefully this is a foreshadow of some type of feud that we're going to get in the future. And I'm hoping that since Raw's been doing pretty good as far as these turns, that one of the ladies, either Bayley or Sasha, more so Bayley, would do some type of turn in some future.
I would absolutely love that, for sure. I hope so. I hope you're right too. Like I would freaking love that. Okay. You guys know I don't care about this feud. You guys know I don't care about this team. I don't care about none of this shit. But if y'all want to talk about it, go ahead and talk about it. I'll admit, the promo from the Brothers of Destruction was pretty good, but I'm going to let y'all go if y'all want to talk about it. Go ahead. If not, we can move on.
I really don't have much to say. I don't give a shit about this match.
Preston?
Yeah, I don't really care about the match, but like you said, the promo for the Brothers of Destruction felt real.
All right, moving on.
So,
okay, now we're gonna go ahead and get to one of the most awesome and great segments and promos of the night. Was by the man Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
That promo that Paul Heyman, and you could see Paul Heyman was trying to hold back tears, real tears. Man, he was one of the ones that they showed in that backstage segment, hugging Roman Reigns and telling him words right. But he was talking about Roman making all the sacrifices that he made to be champion and this and that, and it was pretty dope. And we already know, even with Roman's news, we knew that Braun was turning face. It happened last week. It started the week before. He kept using somebody's going to get these hands, and we knew. So now that Roman is gone, guess what beast is going to be the number one babyface in the company now?
Yeah.
Because Roman is not in his way anymore. So we are going to get Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. However, and I'm going to let y'all talk after I say this. However, in this segment, when Braun said what he said, and also, I like what WWE did to further that babyface push. When he said, even though me and Roman have not seen eye to eye, he's going to be the first one to get a title shot when he comes back. I know what you did there, WWE. I see it. But Drew McIntyre at the end of that segment went monster hunting and gave him a sick-ass Claymore to the face. And I'm telling y'all right now, I don't care. I want Drew McIntyre in this match. I still want it to be a triple threat match.
Honestly, Drew deserves it. Drew deserves it because you guys know it's no secret that, and I'll openly admit it, I am a Brock Lesnar hater, and I don't want him anywhere near that motherfucking title ever again for a long time. And anyone but Brock at this point. I'll definitely be happy if Braun wins, but if they throw Drew in there and he wins, I'll still be happy because I don't want the fucking title to go to someone that's gonna go away and off the grid for 4 months.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. What about you, Preston?
Yeah, it was a great segment. For me, I'll say this first. For one, I know Braun is going to win the championship, but it feels kind of weird because with Roman not being in that match, it feels like if your favorite team is playing another team in the championship and one of their best players is out, it don't feel like it's like a legitimate win. But I know that's not Braun's fault, but it feels kind of weird that way. But as far as the match itself, I would rather it stay the way that it is right now and get Braun the belt and then let his feud with Drew McIntyre build over time. Because I wouldn't want Drew to get the belt right now. I want them to finish whatever they got going on with him and Dolph Ziggler, and then have him feud with Braun Strowman. Because it'll seem like it's just.
To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. To be honest with you, the only reason why I don't want Drew to get it is because I don't want them to have a waste wasted Braun's cash in.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for that, I would want Drew McIntyre to win the title, and I would want Braun Strowman to chase him.
And I feel like if Drew get it now, I don't feel like they'll keep it on him long. So I don't want them to waste his reign.
Well, I think he'll keep it to WrestleMania because I think Braun will be chasing him,
Yeah,
and I think
but
I feel like that would build to that match being the main event. WrestleMania.
that's true. But I would want Drew to have a longer reign than that though, instead of.
Well,
just-
I would. No, yeah, I would too. You know, I get what you mean. I just no, I understand what you're saying, and like the way where you're saying it, I think that's what the route they're gonna go. They're gonna have Braun win it and have him and Drew feud for the title, which will be awesome because Drew McIntyre is awesome.
And they'll probably set up
But-
some number one contender match between him and Dolph Ziggler at some point. I'm sure.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, but anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to one of the highlights of the night. All right, guys, we're not gonna talk about the match. Who cares? Yeah. Elias beat Paulo Cruz. Well, who gives a fuck? Anyway, but Elias was about to sing his song. Then the constable came out,
hmm
and then, when Baron Corbin came out, and then Elias is like, "Yeah, you can go away now. I'm trying to sing his song." And I was like, "Wait a minute, whoa, what the fuck is going on?" I was like, "Whoa, he's supposed to be sucking Stephanie and Baron Corbin's dick, and he's not doing that." I was like, "Whoa," and then when he started to sing the song where Baron Corbin had Stephanie got his hand on Baron Corbin's ass or some shit like that, I was like, okay.
Yo, that
I was like, okay, they're actually finally pulling the trigger on an Elias face turn. Oh my god, shit is getting
About
real
damn
interesting. Shit is getting real interesting right now. And then we hit him with that guitar. I said, yes, yes. Thank you, yes, bro. When with Elias turning, I should have saw that Dean was gonna turn.
yeah.
That
It seemed like
that
Raw's on a
should've
2-for-1 sale for the past couple weeks.
but that should have been the fucking the light bulb, the switch turning on once Elias turned. It was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, whoa, huh? But anyway, I thought it was a fantastic turn. WWE stay putting themselves in a fucking corner in this sense, right? Because when they want Roman to be the number one face, and then Braun came along, Braun got super popular, whatever. Now they want Braun to be in that spot. Elias will take that spot from him.
hmm
Elias has the potential to be the most popular superstar in WWE, bro.
Absolutely.
His gimmick, people cheer for him now even when he shits on them.
hmm
Like, oh my god, but this whole thing was awesome. Preston, just go.
Yeah, I agree, man. You know, I'm happy about Raw making these decisions as far as these turns. They've been actually on point with them. And turning Elias' face was like the best thing. Like, this is what we were going to get out of Kevin Owens as far as someone being a good talker that was a heel turning face. But since
Yep.
KO's not here,
We're still gonna get it.
we're still going to get it. But for the time being,
Yeah.
we got Elias,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is still good to me. I love it a
Yeah,
lot.
absolutely.
So, yeah, I love this face turn. I have no problems with it at all.
Yeah, Tommy.
I just want to say, took you long enough, WWE. He's been over for months.
Yeah, he was crazy over, bro. But you know, don't even, I don't think they would have pulled the trigger on this if what happened to Roman didn't happen.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't think they would have pulled the
Agreed.
trigger. I think what happened to Roman happened. It's like Preston said. If KO was here, they would have never turned Elias because KO would have filled that spot and Dean would have still turned.
Mhm.
But because what happened to Roman and they're like, "Yo, we got to do this turn with Dean because this is the most perfect time," then it left it for Elias to be like, "Okay, now we can turn him.
Mhm.
Now this is the perfect time to turn him," and it really was. Oh my god. It was awesome. But I fucking bro, like you're right, bro. Like last week, me and you both said the Raw was kind of meh. It was like ugh. But they'll have those times, they'll have those moments. But man, When Raw's on point, boy, is he on
Yeah,
point,
it's
boy.
like one of the most
I,
bipolar shows ever, man. It's either really good or really
bro,
bad. It's never anything
like,
in between.
like it's just like you said. SmackDown is on a consistent wave. It's just consistent
Mhm.
on the wave. Raw, when Raw is good, it's fucking amazing. But when it's not, it's like the lowest of
Terrible.
garbage.
Yeah.
The lowest of lows. Like it's crazy. Like I hate that, bro. Like just be fucking consistent. But I will say this, since we're talking saying that, I'm gonna tell you this though. Raw is not going to fuck with SmackDown for a long time, at least a year, period. When SmackDown moves to Fox.
Oh, of course.
And
It's
the,
gonna be a
and
whole
the
different
reason
show.
why, and the reason why I said that because the first year on that network, WWE is going to want to impress the fuck out of them,
Hmm.
like really impress and put on fantastic shows, and I cannot wait. I just can't wait for that, bro. It's gonna be
And
amazing.
they're gonna get a new commentator too. Cormier is supposed to replace somebody. That's one of Fox's clauses they put in the contract.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I don't know if he's gonna replace Byron Saxton or who he's gonna replace.
He's
But
gonna replace Byron, bro. He's replacing Byron. Byron's fucking expendable. Get him out of here.
unless
Fuck outta
unless
here.
he replace Corey and then they let Corey just stay on Raw.
Oh my god, no! Come on.
I want to see Corey Graves try to pull some slick stuff on Cormier, like try to say something slick.
Yeah, I think
you
you're
know,
right. I
you
think
ain't
you're
gonna
right.
get away with that. Shut up, Saxton.
Yeah, they ain't working
No,
with
no,
Cormier.
no. Oh my god, bro! But oh my god, Corey Graves and Saxton are just fucking hilarious,
They
bro. The way Corey Graves
Honestly, I think
just shits
Tom
on
Phillips
him,
is more
dog.
expendable.
Yeah, but Cormier's not gonna be play by play though. Tom Phillips is play by play.
Yeah.
He has to. Unless they bring Morrow, and that's not gonna happen. So, but they don't
Nah.
have no other play by play, other than Tom and then Michael Cole, whatever. But anyway, guys, we digress. We're gonna move on to the Raw Women's Title contract signing. I'm gonna just say this. First of all, I need all of these WWE women to keep wearing these leather pants.
Fact.
Please keep doing it because Lord have mercy. Nikki Bella, you're trash in the ring, but you're great to look at. I'm just gonna say that right now. And boy, these last 2 weeks, Ronda Rousey has been amazing on the mic.
Yeah,
Like amazing on the mic, bro. When Nikki Bella slapped her, bro, I looked at I was like, yo, this bitch about to get her head taken off.
she left a red mark on her face too,
But I thought it was more impactful for Ronda to take that slap,
and walk away.
smile in
Mhm.
her face, and said, when the evolution comes, I'm going to end you. Oh my god. That was so awesome, bro, because
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, damn, when evolution comes, there will be no more Bellas, because they going to be gone, because Ronda's going to take both of them bitches out.
You're gonna
Period.
destroy them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The match is gonna be trash, but they're gonna do destroyed. They're gonna get destroyed.
But you know what, though? The match has the potential to being good.
It could be.
I will say that. I'm gonna give the nice booty Bella a little bit of credit here,
MBB.
and I think it's possible they can put on a good match. It won't be the best match of the night. It won't be second best match of the night. Possibly not even third. But I think it could be, because I think that NXT Women's Title match is going to be up there. The last Women's Standing match is going to be up there. There's matches is going to be better than this match, but I think it has potential. I'm not going to give up yet on them. Now, if it's trash, come on, we saw this coming. But I'm not going to give up. Hopefully, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I think the match is not gonna be bad at all. I think because they have to, because this is Evolution and this is a women's chance to
Yeah.
make a statement. So I won't be surprised if you see Nikki Bella and they're trying to do UFC moves on Ronda Rousey and Ronda
Yeah.
can't get out, like stuff like that. But
And
overall,
there
like,
might be some like gimmicky stuff to make it look better. You know what I mean?
yeah, 100%. And I know I'm like the rest of everybody else. For a long time, we dreaded that the Bellas are here, but now I see why. They're gonna be on the Tonight Show. They're gonna be in Today's Show. All that
course.
stuff. They need somebody to be the face of trying to broadcast this
To
Evolution
promote it.
thing.
Mhm.
Exactly. And I think there's no one better to do that except for those two, in my personal opinion. So
No, that is true. We can't deny that. There is no one better. It's the same way the Bellas are the Miz.
mhm.
what they
Absolutely.
do. You know what I mean? That's I mean they're not as good as him as far as in the ring on the mic, blah blah blah. But as far as doing the rounds that the Miz does when WWE wants the Miz to go here, go there, go here, go there, that's what they do. When the Bellas were here, that's what they did.
Absolutely.
So there is no one better, honestly, to promote Evolution. I do agree with that.
But with
And
Nick,
they even said it. They came back for Evolution, and I think once Evolution's done, they're done.
yeah, they're done. And what Nikki said to Ronda, that was like some deep cutting stuff.
About her mom.
That was
And,
yeah.
oh my god, I was like, yo, why is her arm still attached?
And that's what
I'm
I'm
like,
trying
yo.
to figure out. He said, "Why is her arm still attached?"
I'm sitting here like, and then she
Man.
slapped it. I'm like, yo, you about to get like some type of fatality. Like it's about to be real bad.
But
B.
that's even scarier than Ronda attacking her. By her just taking it and
Yeah,
walking
well,
away, it's kind of like when your mom
absolutely.
say you about to get a whipping when you get home and y'all in the house and you don't know when it's gonna come. That's some scary stuff.
That
That's some
shit come
scary
like
stuff.
that shit come like 3 hours later when you're not paying attention. You
Yeah.
having fun. You laughing. You playing. I was waiting for you to be having
when
fun and
you
laughing.
even forget
man.
you even forgot what you did.
Exactly. That's a psychological like
Yeah,
abuse.
I
I
would
just
tell-
hope that WWE don't try to play us for idiots and try to do that twin magic shit.
That's what I was saying last week. I hope
They're
but
not gonna
they're
do
not gonna
that.
do
They're
it though.
not the same. They're not the same figure anymore.
They don't wear the
They
same
don't
clothes.
look. They don't really look alike anymore.
Yeah.
Like we can tell the difference between them. They look like they're sisters, but they don't look like total twins anymore, bro.
But it would be funny
You
if
know
they
the
try to
difference.
pull it and then Ronda be like, "Nah, I ain't falling for this," and then she go pull Nikki and beat her. That would be funny.
Or she tries to pull it, and she's looking in the same direction Nikki would be,
Mhm.
and she's basically breaking Bree's arm.
Yeah, she's like, "Come
And
out, come out."
And Nikki tries to look, and she's looking directly at Nikki like, "You're gonna come save your sister or what?"
Yeah,
Like,
that would be a good way
yeah.
of doing it. I would like that.
Yup.
I would like
Uh-huh.
that.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on to the next segment. Was a great emotional backstage promo with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. This was awesome.
Mhm.
Once again, Shield guys talking about their guy Roman on the mic. I love the fact that at the end, Seth said, "You can believe that." But I will say this, you guys. Seth was hella emotional. When Seth was talking, and I noticed it when I watched Raw again. Man, there were so many signs, and I should have seen it, bro. When Seth was talking, Dean had the most straight fucking face, bro. Like he didn't look sad, didn't look upset. He just had that look on his face, like he's tired of hearing Seth talk. You know what I mean? Like, he had that look on his face, like he's tired of this guy talking. Like I'm like, yo, like when I watched it back, I'm like, fuck, man, like,
Yeah.
oh, we could have seen that shit. Just like they hinted at the fucking Shield the night before that Monday Night Raw when Dean was wearing the fucking Shield vest. Like I'm like, yo, we don't be seeing shit like this, man. You pissing me off, bro, because they be hinting at shit like this.
That Roman
But,
thing just threw everything off because we was like nobody was even thinking about the Shield breaking up
Nope,
that night.
no,
so,
especially you didn't think WWE would do it after Roman made that announcement.
yeah,
But it's the perfect time to do it. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck, are they gonna pull the trigger on that? Like, oh shit.
yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, yeah, what you guys think about the promo?
Oh, that was it for me.
Yeah. What about you, Tommy? Is it?
Yeah, there's not much to say. Like, it was just to be expected.
Yeah, word. All right, now we're gonna move on to the next segment. It was a backstage segment once again, which I thought was a pretty good brawl. I liked it. With Lita, Trish Stratus, and then you had Alicia Fox doing her crazy Alicia Fox thing, talking all this and
I
that.
swear she
We
sound
know
like
why.
Susie Carmichael. Like both of them. You ever notice it?
Yeah, you're right. But we all know the reason why Alicia Fox is even in this segment because Alexa Bliss is hurt. We all know that she wasn't even there. But I thought it was dope when Mickie James came out of nowhere and started to attack them, beat them, and then they started to beat them down. But I like the fact that Mickie James told what's the announcer, come here. She started talking, and then Trish and Lita came out and started mollywopping their ass and whooping their ass, and then started mollywopping their ass, bro. But I wanted Trish when Trish at the end was like, "That's the way we do it in the Attitude Era." I'm like, okay, that's the way we do the Attitude Era. You should have been like, that's the way we do in the Attitude Era, bitch.
Mhm.
That's what she should have
For
said,
real.
bro. She should have said that, and that would have been awesome. But I like that whole brawl. I like the whole segment. I mean, what you guys think?
It was a lot better than last week's segment with the whole
Oh,
practice.
God.
Practice.
Way
Yo, we're not
better.
even, bro. We're not
Way
even talking
better.
about that, bro. Oh, don't even bring that up, bro. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever
Hey,
seen
yeah.
Trish Stratus in a worse segment than that. But anyway,
Yeah, it was funny because
No,
when I
but
was watching that,
definitely.
I was baking a pizza, and then when they started fighting, and I saw the other two that came in, they were still standing up. I was like, oh, okay, the fight's over. And then I heard in the kitchen they were still fighting. I'm like, yo, they still fighting? Like I didn't know they're gonna come back and go back and forth. So I thought that was pretty cool. I liked it.
yeah, it was definitely this shit they should have been did instead of that
I
nonsense.
think
But I,
it was a very good go home angle for that
but I,
match.
but I understand. Yeah, but I understand why they did that segment they did last week, and they didn't do anything physical because Alexa Bliss couldn't. So it's
Yeah,
cool. I mean, they could have came up with a better fucking segment than that, but you know what I mean.
yeah.
All right, guys, let's get to the coup de grace, the main event of the night, the capper, this emotional roller coaster of an evening, another show. First, before we get to what we get to, let's talk about the match.
hmm
I'm not gonna say anything. Preston, the match.
I thought it was cool. I wasn't like really impressed by it, but I thought it was a pretty good like ending for that whole situation that was going on. But I don't have much to say after that. Like I thought it was pretty cool.
Tommy.
No, the match was as solid as I expected it to be. Like, come on, man. It's like these four is like you already know what you're getting.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like it was just to be expected. Plus, you know, the whole thing with Roman early on in the show, like you knew they weren't gonna leave them without getting the titles. That was coming.
Yeah. All right, so guys, when my co-host is telling me let's get to the shits. All right, so after the match, Dean and Seth won the tag team title. It is noted to mention that Braun interfered in this match
hmm
and basically took Drew McIntyre out of the match. So that's how Seth and Dean won. Now let's get to it. The amazing way to cap off the night, guys. We had the heel turn that me and Preston has been waiting for like 3 fucking years or 2
Bro,
years,
it's been
however
a long
long.
time waiting.
But the way they did it, they won the titles, they hugged each other, and I like the way they did it. If you guys notice, right, and if you pay attention to Dean when he turned, he didn't do it until Seth turned to the crowd, raised both of those belts in the air. And then the look, and if you watch Dean Ambrose, the look on his face changed. And as soon as Seth turned around, he kicked him in the gut. As soon as he kicked him in the gut, bro, did y'all hear the crowd?
Yep.
Like, bro, that quickly turned into just like when Seth turned, when you heard people in the background, when he started to wave the chair, you heard people in the background say, "No!"
hmm
Like that quickly turned from happy to holy shit. And Michael Cole actually had a great reaction. He's like, "No, no, what are you doing?" Like he actually had a great reaction. Like, but I thought Seth dropped the belts perfectly on the spot so Dean could fucking dirty deeds him
Dirty
on the
deeds him
belt.
on him.
On the belt. He dropped the belt perfectly. But I thought Dean, when he hit him with the dirty deeds and you looked at Dean's emotional reaction, he had his head down. He was conflicted, like, no, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? He was kind of saying those things to himself. And then you saw his face complete and his reaction completely turn and started to beat the holy hell out of Seth Rollins. And Preston, you remember I remember we were talking about a couple of weeks ago when Seth was like, "Oh, he's on lunatic time,"
hmm
and Dean was like, "Don't call me that.
hmm
I don't like it. Don't call me that." Da, da, da. And as Dean was saying that while he was beating his ass, he's like, "Say it again. Say it again. Go ahead, say it again." Like, bro, oh my god, that was amazing, bro. What made this heel turn amazing was the crowd.
Yeah, the
Because you
reaction
had
did it.
people in the crowd was like, "No, Dean, why? Why would you do that? No, yo, when Dean threw him into the timekeeper area, And then you had the black chick with the hoodie, like, why, Dean? Why would you do that? I was like, yo, this chick is wild. Like, yo, they caught her on camera, like she's screaming at this guy, bro. Oh my god, like that was a Tommaso Ciampa turn, bro.
Yeah.
And that was absolutely. We knew.
We finally got one.
Me and you, Preston, definitely knew if it was anybody to have a Ciampa turn, it was going to be Dean Ambrose.
It had to be. Absolutely.
And they finally did it. But anyway,
I'm so
I talked
glad,
enough
bro.
about this.
I'm
Preston,
so
my fellow Dean Ambrose guy, go, go, go.
Man, I'm so happy about this, man. And I know it happened on a bad night, but it is what it is. The show still has to go on. And
Facts.
me and you, we've been waiting for Dean Ambrose to have something big going on for a long time. We said that he needs to eventually become this aggressive person, and he's finally in a role where he can do that. And on top of that, I think, regardless of people being mad at Dean for doing this tonight, I think it was a perfect time to do that because it's a great night to end the Shield, especially with Roman Reigns not being here for I don't know how long he's going to be out. So
You can't get Ciampa heat until you do it for something like this.
that and it will be kind of weird to have Seth and Dean keep coming out as the Shield without Roman. You know, I think it'll be hard for them as individuals to keep doing that without them being around.
Because you remember when they first became tag team champions, they were together, but they came on each individual music. I think even if he didn't turn, they just came out as the Shield as a one last tribute for Roman. Like let's say Dean don't turn, I don't think they would have came out as the Shield next week. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Because you remember when Dean and Seth first got together, they didn't come out as the Shield. They just came out as individuals with the tag team titles. So I think regardless of the turn, this was just one last tribute for Roman.
Yeah, just to go ahead and just cut the Shield thing out, just like
So even if he didn't turn, they still wouldn't have came out as the Shield going forward.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think they would have did it. Yeah, go ahead.
But what I think is going to happen, I think they're going to end up in a tag match. I'm expecting Dean Ambrose to do a dirty deeds on Seth Rollins, leave him in the ring for whoever they're going against, and they're going to pin him and take the chips off of them. I think that's what's going to happen.
Nope. I think it's going to be the other way around.
You think he's going to do a curb stomp on Dean Ambrose?
I think Seth is going to do it to Dean. I think they're going to hold those tag team titles for a couple weeks. And Dean's going to get the best of Seth. He's going to beat his fucking ass, whatever. And they're going to be forced into a tag team match. And I think Seth is going to... That's going to be Seth's payback. That's going to be the start of his payback, is to leave him there. That's what I think is going to happen.
But wouldn't that be a heel move?
No, but no, it won't be a heel move because Dean has viciously beat him the fuck up. Like, he viciously beat his ass. Like, why is that a heel move? That's just Seth's way of getting payback. But what I think is going to happen is I don't think they're going to be in a match. I don't think what I think is going to really happen is they're going to get booked into a match and Seth is going to end up fighting a handicap match because Dean's not going to show up.
But wouldn't that be a no contest though, without the two being there?
No.
Not with the heel general manager.
We've seen that before, bro. We've actually seen that before when it's been one person defending the tag team titles.
Okay. Well, I would rather see it that way then, because then see Dean come out and give the other team his belt and just walk away, like nothing happened, like after the match
Or
is over.
or he just used that opportunity again to really beat the fuck out of stuff.
Yeah, and then get them in for that IC championship.
But this is what is happening the way it needs to happen. We're gonna have an amazing feud for the Intercontinental title.
Absolutely.
And what should have happened when the Shield broke up? Dean Ambrose is the heel. Seth Rollins is the face.
And that's how it's going to work.
Anyway, me and Preston's talk enough. Tommy, go.
I just want to say it was completely like I should have seen a bit more, like the signs that it was going to happen on that night. But, you know, I guess the whole thing with Roman just kind of clouded my judgment. Like, nah, they're not going to do it tonight. They can't. You know, and I should have seen it like the writing was on the wall, like you said, especially because Elias turned face, and you know they've been kind of doing the 2-for-1 turns lately, like. And then I just love how, I mean, yeah, it was a serious tone at the beginning of the show, but just the drama from then till the end of the show, it was all interconnected, leading to that moment.
Absolutely.
Like that's even, I mean, even though this is where, you know, sadly kayfabe went out the window in the beginning, like I said, this is how real life can affect art.
Yo, honestly, the more I think about it, I wish that the I wish we had on the main roster the NXT crowd, because I truly believe, because of the Roman thing, this if we had the NXT crowd, this was gonna be worse than Ciampa.
Yep. Remember we talked about that last
Like,
week. We needed
I
somebody
think,
in the main roster to be that way because we don't have that right now.
yeah, I think this turn would have been worse than Ciampa, like really worse. Because yeah, Ciampa turned on Gargano, they were best friends, just like Dean and Seth, whatever, whatever. But the Roman situation just adds that different element to it. The people to really be completely and utterly disgusted with Dean Ambrose.
Oh, and I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love every bit of it, man.
And Dean is going to eat it all
Hmm.
up. I cannot wait, bro. I just can't, man. It's gonna be amazing. But anyway, guys, all right, guys. So, what is your guys' score for this episode of Monday Night Raw, Mr. Red Brand? Go ahead.
For Raw tonight, I will give it a B. I'll give it a B. We had a lot of good
Really?
things here. Yeah, I'll give it a B plus because there, excluding if we include the other stuff that we didn't talk about, there's some things I didn't like, but um,
Well, that's why I didn't talk about
yeah. Those are the reasons. Actually, I'll give it a B plus. But off of those things, but
him.
yeah, the strong parts were really strong. The other parts were just didn't need to necessarily be in there.
Okay, so basically, it's crazy because the Red Brand guy gave him the score that gave Raw the score they gave, but with the Roman situation, with the Heyman promo, the heel turn, the face turn, the Raw, what you call it, women's contract signing, the Sasha match. Raw was an A for me.
Okay,
It
I'm not
was an
mad at
A.
that.
I really, really loved. I love Raw. Like, it was really good. So for me, it was an A. What do you think, Tommy?
I will give it an A as well because, I've said it before, I'll say it again. As much as I bash Raw regularly, I have to give them credit when they do things right. And, you know, as I was saying, as we all were saying, while based on the emotions, at first I was like, what the fuck? When they pulled the trigger on the Dean heel turn, like the timing couldn't have been more perfect because nobody was expecting them to actually go through with it that night. Like, they probably thought like, oh, they probably had it planned for that night, but it wasn't gonna happen because of the whole Roman thing. Well, we were wrong, and they decided to pull the trigger on it, and like I said, it was great storytelling. There was some filler in the show, like the shit that we skipped over, but
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have filler regardless on a 3 hour
So,
show,
mm-hmm.
and I'm okay with that because the pros definitely outweighed the cons this week on Raw.
And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If Roman didn't announce what he announced, they wouldn't have done the Dean turn tonight.
No, of course not.
It wouldn't have happened tonight,
I
bro. I'm
don't think
telling
they
you right
knew
now.
when they were gonna
It
do
would
it.
it would it would no. It was gonna happen after the Monday Night Raw after Crown Jewel. Dean Ambrose was gonna turn. I promise you, they were gonna do it. The Monday Night Raw after Crown Jewel. I promise you. That's when he was gonna turn, because they would have kept feuding with Ziggler and them. And I think the whole them winning the tag team titles and he turned was gonna happen regardless. Was going to happen after Crown Jewel. That Money Night Raw after Crown Jewel. But they said to themselves, "We have this to happen, Roman. Let's just pull the trigger now. Let's just do it now."
It's
So,
a lot more
but
effective now than it would have been uh,
yeah,
that
yeah,
way.
definitely. Yep. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for our Monday Night Raw review. Tune into the SmackDown Live review. We'll have that up soon. This has been the Undisputed Champ Sports Podcast, Monday Night Raw review. I am Carmine. That is Tommy and Preston. Peace.
Peace.
Happy Rusev Day.